Hey, this is Chad Elijah with Lotus Comics Press. We're here live with Courtney Gains. Dude, right? Like, amazing movies, man. Amazing movies. So, I know we had an interview the very first year, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And so, I watched you the other day with Corey Feldman, Tom Hanks.
Yep.
And, then you're here. I was like, wow. I'm stoked. I'm so stoked that you came back, man.
Good to see you, man.
Absolutely. So as far as everything goes, based on 2 years ago with our prior conversation with some of the video games, some of the movies.
Oh, right, were we talking LA Noire last time? Or?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that came out cool, I thought.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. I like the way that came out. That was a lot of work on those guys. 5 years it took them to make that, so.
Yes, sir. So I meant to ask you last time, and I totally spaced. What was your absolute favorite film that you've done? I mean, you've done so much, man.
Yeah, that's I don't know how to answer that question. That's like saying, what's your favorite child?
That is true.
That's not fair. Well, I have to say probably one of the most amazing experiences, though, was Memphis Spell. Because got to go to London, got to fly in a real B-17, got to work with top-notch guys out there, so that was pretty awesome.
Well, as far as Texas Frightmare, the Children of the Corn reunion? I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, well, it was good. We got to see Linda Hamilton. It's been a while. She's a total sweetheart, so it was great to see her again.
She is a sweetheart, man.
And her line was like around the block.
That's true, man. I was like looking at her line, hoping to get an autograph.
Yeah,
no.
She doesn't do these things very often, so.
Right.
And with the Terminator thing attached to it and all that was awesome. But it was great to see her.
Yeah, it was really cool. I mean, she seemed like we got to say hi to her when she first walked in. Super nice lady.
No, she's real
super
nice.
Yeah. But as far as Texas Frightmare, I mean, it's one of my favorite conventions all year round. You know,
it's a really good one. I mean, tons of people, so that's good for us. But it's just really well organized, really well run. You know, so it makes it so everybody has a good time.
That's true. That's very true, man. I mean, as far as the fans and the fan genre, as far as the movies, and even the actors that come out, they're awesome. Such as yourself, even, sir.
Yeah, but it's just the way it's all run, too. I mean, like, say, I don't know, like, you need food or something. Sometimes you go to these things, and they're not prepared for that. And it's like 2 hours later, 3 hours later, everybody gets their food, and you're like, now you're, like, really starving, and you're grumpy, and you're cranky, and, it's no good.
That's
like,
true.
this place is, they're a well-oiled machine here.
That's very, very true. I mean,
and the price stuff was reasonably priced, considering it was at a hotel, all
very
those
true.
things,
I mean, Mr. Cryer does a great job.
Yeah.
As far as your films, I would have to say my favorite character, and I probably told you this last time. Of course, it's been 2 years at this point.
Yep.
Is the Burbs.
Right.
With Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
That's
my
Klopek.
That's my second #1 seller. I mean, Children of the Corn, and then
absolutely
the Burbs. In your European version, they're putting out a 30th anniversary or a 25th anniversary. Yeah, I just did an interview thing, for the DVD or whatever.
I've got to watch that.
I kind of felt like I had to do it because I'm the last of the Klopeks.
Are you?
Yeah, they're both Henry and Theodore are gone.
I didn't realize they passed on.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm
sorry to hear that.
I'm the last man standing in the Klopek family, apparently.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
What was the best experience with that movie, as far as working with Tom Hanks and all of that stuff?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, it was it's just the overall. There was a writer's strike that year, so there was nothing going on. It was literally us and Fletch 2 on the Universal lot. Like, that's it. So everybody kept saying, 'cause I was young and I didn't know that, they're like, you realize how lucky you are to be working right now. And in hindsight, I get it, because really, I mean, Universal was like a ghost town.
Right.
So I was just lucky to have a job, man. So that was the best part, was that I was working.
As far as Back to the Future, I mean, you did some stuff for Back to the Future.
Yeah, a little thing on that.
And so, I mean, do you have any really cool stories that maybe haven't been released yet as far as Back to the Future and your experience with it?
I don't know. That's a good question. Really, I mean, the only story I ever tell is it's sort of a Back to the Future story. Is Crispin Glover and I. The first thing I ever did was an American Film Institute project called The Orkley Kid. Okay. It's also called they have 3 versions of it called the Beaver Trilogy that they actually still sell at conventions like this. Right. That he says is the best thing he ever did. So the story is, I come in and they're like, okay, you're smoking out with your buddy in the boys' room, right? You're smoking cigarettes I'm like, okay. So we start rehearsing, and then the bathroom door opens, and it's Crispin Glover, and he's dressed in that black outfit of Olivia Newton-John.
Okay.
And he's like, oh, hey guys. And I'm just watching this guy, and I thought he was brilliant, right? I'm like, who is this dude? But it was just so bizarre. It's not something you're ever going to forget. And he goes on to, become Crispin Glover. So by the time we did this, we'd already knew each other. And every time he sees him, he still says, like, the Ark of the Kid's the best thing he's ever done. That's what he says.
That's awesome.
So that's really more of a Crispin Glover via Back to the Future story.
Yes,
But
sir.
yeah, it's worth the price of admission to see Crispin in a Olivia Newton-John outfit with the blonde wig and the black outfit. Pretty hilarious from Greece,
Obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, you've done some abstract roles, and they're all awesome. Malachi, Back to the Future, obviously.
Can't Buy Me Love.
I mean, the roles are amazing, and every time I see you on camera, they're just so abstract, and the character is so different every time I see you.
Character actor, right?
I mean, absolutely, man.
I guess that's what kind of defines character actor. So.
Dude, you're legendary now,
About all that, but...
Well, no,
at least,
Mr. Gaines. I mean, seriously.
It's a compliment when somebody's like, they come to this table and they're like, oh, you're in the corner. I didn't realize that was you in Sweet Home Alabama. I take that as a compliment, right? Because they didn't put two and two together, right? So that to me is a compliment.
Well, we didn't ask this last time, and to wrap things up, I know you don't have a lot of time.
Right,
but I wanted to at least ask you, what's your favorite superpower if you had one?
Oh, I think you did ask this last time.
Well, we do.
It was like I was like stumped.
Did you ever figure that out though? Because we didn't have an answer last time.
I think I would go with invisibility.
Invisibility?
Yeah, I think it seems like you could use that pretty well, practically in the real world.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of advantages to being able to do that. I think.
That's true. Well, as far as any character acting, I mean, as far as what you do, how do you actually prepare for your roles, creative-wise? Do you go through a sequence of activity to be able to mentally prepare for that, or?
I think everything's a little different, and it's a matter of trying to figure out how to get into that character, whatever that is, until to the point where you kind of have that aha, or I get it, I know what I have to do.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes any sense what I just said,
totally
but that's kind of how it is. To me, each time, I mean, you have your basics like, create a character history or things like that, that you need to learn to do, and you make choices based on that, but it's always a process. Each person's different, so you have to figure out how each person ticks.
That makes sense.
So sometimes that's a quick journey, sometimes it's a long journey. I don't know. The only thing you haven't asked me is what I got going on lately, and I have some things to talk about.
Fixing to talk about.
Do that.
Absolutely. Now, as far as your latest rules, tell me a little bit about those.
Let's see, since I talked to you last.
Yes, sir.
I think I didn't do Faster yet, did I? Talk about.
No, sir.
So I had a decent little role in Faster, that Dwayne Johnson movie. That was cool.
I've heard about that.
He's a cool dude, and that was really good. Last year, the coolest thing I did was a Civil War movie called Field of Lost Shoes, which is about the cadets at the Virginia Military Institute who actually fought in the Civil War. It's the only time in American history students engaged in a conflict. I knew nothing about it, so it was a real education to me, but pretty intense. Like 10 of the students actually died. 9 of them are buried at VMI. So
yes, sir.
Pretty intense, So
intense.
that's coming out soon, actually. They just did a premiere in Virginia a couple weeks ago. And I'm leaving soon to go do Texas Rising, which is a mini-series.
That's the one I was actually wanting to talk about. Texas Rising.
Texas Rising is a mini-series about Santa Ana versus the Texas Rangers for Texas.
I've heard.
So it's a big project. They're shooting it down in Mexico. So
yes, sir.
I'm excited about being involved in that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, as far as everything else, I know you have a lot of stuff coming out. A huge amount of fans came out this weekend to support you, I'm sure, right?
Oh, it was good. It was a good
right?
weekend. It was busy. It was really busy.
I mean, there's a huge amount of people here for Texas Pride Mare and all of that stuff.
It's a good one.
So, yes, sir. But as far as any fan sites or any website that people can go to help support you, is there any websites?
The only thing I really got going right now is a fan page on Facebook. So I don't have a regular Facebook anymore. So just a fan page. If they want to join that, that's cool. They can get little updates on what's going on.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm glad you came out this weekend.
Good to see you again.
Hey, good to see you again, sir, and thank you for the update.
All right, brother.
Mr. Courtney Gains, guys. I mean, absolutely phenomenal actor. Malachi, Children of the Corn, you can't beat that, right? Come check out Lotus Comics. We'll see you here soon, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.